Good evening, fellow hockey fans. Well, this is it. We have reached the month of April, and we have reached the final week of the regular season. Now, what is in store enter the final 7 days of the season? Well, I'll be happy to tell you. First off, let's get some clinching news ahead. The month of April started with the Washington Capitals clinching the Metropolitan Division for the third year in a row. The Caps needed to beat the two-time defending champion Pittsburgh Penguins in regulation. That's exactly what they did. It was a dominant victory. They won 3-1, with the Penguins' goal coming way late just to avoid getting shut out. So the Pens, so Washington will finish in first place for the third straight year. And on a milestone for Alex Ovechkin, it's his 1,000th game. All with the Capitals, he joins a elite but short list of players who have played 1,000 games with one team. Milan Hayduk being on that list, 1,000 games plus, all with the Avalanche. Um, this past week ended, of course, with the Bruins losing in overtime to the Flyers. Um, Predators and Lightning face off in a game which many see as a preview of the Stanley Cup Final. The Predators won that one 4-1. The Devils, the Red Hot Devils, and no, that's not a pun, won 2-1. And the Avalanche sadly fell in overtime against the Ducks. So that's intriguing. Okay, so let's take a look at the standings on this epic NHL app. Okay, so what's happening? Okay, let's go to the Eastern Conference first. 5 playoff spots are clinched. The Metropolitan is locked in. The Atlantic, I think the Atlantic may need the entire final 7 days to be decided. Boston actually passed Tampa for first place, and the point they got earlier this morning, earlier this afternoon, the East Coast, but earlier this morning, the point they got for reaching overtime moved them 2 points ahead of Tampa Bay, 110 to 108. They actually play each other one more time later this week, so that's going to be interesting. Toronto's in the playoffs, but they can't fit it. They can't pass either of those teams. They are locked in third place, which means they will start the playoffs on the road against either of those two teams. Like I said, Washington quits first place, so they get home. So they have home ice throughout the first 2 rounds. Should they get that far? That's usually as far as they get. As for second place, that is a huge dogfight. There are 4 teams vying for second place in the Metropolitan, which means home ice for the Metropolitan Division semifinals. Um, Pittsburgh Pittsburgh is currently in second place with 96 points. Columbus and Philly are tied with 94, but Columbus has the tiebreaker, and I think the tiebreaker is more wins because they're even in games remaining. They're even in non-shootout wins, and I think the season series is even. I think it's because Columbus has 44 wins and Philly has only 40. That's why they're ahead. But yeah, Columbus and Philly are tied with 94. New Jersey has 93. The New Jersey Devils can actually move to the second place in the division behind Washington. That can happen. Yeah, it's gonna be an amazing dogfight between those 4 teams. See who gets home ice in the first round and moves their top 3 and who's locked in as wild cards. At the moment, Philly and New Jersey, they are the wild cards in the Eastern Conference. As far as bubble teams, all the bubbles have bursted except for Florida. Florida is alive, but barely. There's 3 spots left. Florida loses about 1 or 2 more games. All 3 of those spots are going to be decided, and they'll be out of it. Going to the Western Conference, only 3 playoff spots have been clinched. The Vegas Golden Knights clinched the Pacific Division last night when they beat the San Jose Sharks. So they'll have home ice throughout the entire Pacific Division playoff bracket. Um, it's a close race. It's a close race for second. The 3 California teams are pretty tight. It's not as tight as Metropolitan. San Jose's in second place with 98 points. The Ducks move them past the Kings for third place. The Kings are knocked down to a wild card position. The Ducks have 95 points. The Kings have 94. In the Central is almost decided. Nashville actually had the chance to clinch the division on Saturday, but they failed to do so. And Nashville's win moved them, according to my math, according to the standings, Nashville was really 2 points away from clinching the Central Division. So that means a win or Winnipeg loss in regulation. Winnipeg's clinched a spot, but nothing else is settled yet. As far as the race for third place in the Central, because like I said, Minnesota's in third place. They can't move past either Nashville or Winnipeg. It's between Minnesota and Colorado. Minnesota stands 3 points ahead of the Avalanche. The Avalanche actually had to have the head-to-head edge. We went 3-0-1 against Minnesota. As far as the wild card race, the 1 point that now we did lose to the Ducks, unfortunately. However, the 1 point we did get moves us past the Blues, so we are in a playoff position entering the final week. This is epic, fellow Avs fans. We need to keep winning, and the Blues need to be held off. I mean, held off. We need to win these last final 3 games and get in. We have a shot. We have a good shot. It's April, and we're in a position. We have a very good chance. We're in the second wild card position, which means if the season ended, we'd be facing Nashville. We'd be facing Nashville. The Kings would face Vegas. The Kings have actually had some success against Vegas this season. Ducks and Sharks, Winnipeg and Minnesota. St. Louis is out of it by 1 point. Dallas is headed for elimination. They're pretty much too much has to happen for Dallas to get in. As far as Eastern Conference matchups, the season ended at the moment. The season ended today. New Jersey will face Boston. Tampa will face Toronto. Washington will face Philly, and Pittsburgh will face Columbus yet again. So those are the series that are set as of this moment. But there's still 7 days left. But of course, pretty much every game in this final week is important. So here are the important games for this final week of the season. The Panthers are at home against the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes got eliminated from playoff contention on Saturday. The Panthers are kind of skating on the edge of elimination. The Blues face the Capitals. The Blues need to keep in pace with the Kings and Avalanche. The Wild host the Oilers in a highly important game in Los Angeles between the Kings and the Colorado Avalanche. This is part 2 of Colorado's California road trip. On Tuesday, the Devils play the Rangers. It could be a playoff clinching game for them. We don't know. The Flyers will be in Brooklyn to face the Islanders. And, of course, Tuesday is the final regular season meeting between the Bruins and Lightning. This could decide the Atlantic. It could. Or at least could set the tone for these teams heading to the final few days of the season. The Wednesday night rivalry game is Blues and Blackhawks. That's an important game, definitely. The Wild face off against the Ducks in the battle between 2 playoff-bound teams. The Ducks are trying to get the best position possible. Wow, the same for Minnesota. Thursday, the Avs face the Sharks. The Devils play Toronto. The Flyers are facing Hurricanes. Washington's facing Nashville. Penguins. I said Penguins and Jackets could face each other in the playoffs, and Thursday is the final meeting of the season between those two. So it could be practice. They can fill each other out. And the Golden Knights face the Oilers. I kind of don't think the Golden Knights have an important game left other than the playoffs, because they can't. I don't think they can get the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. I think that's between Nashville and Winnipeg. It looks like Nashville's going to get it outright. The Wild face the Canes on Thursday. That's another important game. Friday, the Penguins host Ottawa. The Blues and Blackhawks face each other again. Dallas plays the Ducks. Saturday, of course, Saturday is the last day of the season for most of the league, and the Avalanche end the regular season at home against the Blues. The Rangers face the Flyers. The Bruins face the Senators. Toronto faces Montreal. The Sabres and Panthers. We don't know if the Panthers will be alive by then. The Devils face the Capitals. That could be a first-round matchup. We don't know. Columbus faces Nashville. The Kings face Dallas, and the Wild face the Sharks. That's all on Saturday, the final Saturday of the regular season. And of course, the regular season will actually end on the 8th with a game between the Bruins and the Panthers, which may or may not be important. Who knows? By then, the Bruins may have gotten all they could get, and the Panthers may either be still contending or may be eliminated. But that's actually a makeup game from when it was postponed due to weather earlier this season. So that's what we have. That's what's in store for the final week of the season. The playoffs start next Wednesday, April 11th. It's going to be a fun round robin. Before we get to that journey, we must go through this final week of the season. And of course, the rest of the playoff spots, the rest of the divisions, and 2 number 1 seeds and the President's Trophy will obviously be decided this final week. And I will be back on YouTube to congratulate any corresponding teams that get that get what they've wanted, either playoff spot, division title, top seed, or the President's Trophy, which could end up going to Nashville or Boston. We don't know. But so with that, but I will definitely be back next Sunday with a recap of the final week and a look into the Stanley Cup Playoffs. So with that, I say enjoy this final week of the regular season responsibly, and until later, fellow hockey